my name is Yağmur. I'm an abstract student, and today I'm going to talk about what's bitmap, what's vector, what's Photoshop, why we use Photoshop, and difference of vector and bitmap graphics. Let's get started. My first topic is what's bitmap. A bitmap defines a display space and the color coded for each pixel or bit. A graphic interchange format and JPEG are examples of graphic image file types that contain bitmaps. A bitmap doesn't need to contain a bit of color-coded information for each pixel on every row. It only needs to contain information indicating a new color as the display signs along a row. Thus, an image with much solid color tends to require a small bitmap. Because bitmap uses a fixed or raster graphics method of specifying an image, the image cannot be immediately rescaled by a user without losing definition. A vector graphic image, however, is designed to be quickly rescaled. Typically, an image is created using vector graphics, and then, when the artist is satisfied with the image, it is converted to a raster graphic file or bitmap.
It's bitmap graphic. It's so blurry as you see it. It's not clear what the picture is in most cases.
My second topic is what is vector. A vector is a quantitative phenomenon that has two independent properties, magnitude and direction. The term also denotes the mathematical or geometric representations of such a quantity. Examples of vectors in nature are velocity, momentum, force, electromagnetic fields, and weight. A quantitative phenomenon that exhibits magnitude with no specific direction is called scalar. Examples of scalars in nature are velocity, momentum, mass, electrical resistance, and hard drive strong capacity. Vectors can be depicted graphically in 2 or 3 dimensions. Magnitude is shown as the length of a line segment. Direction is shown by the orientation on the line segment and by an arrow at one end. The illustration shows 3 vectors in 2-dimensional rectangular coordinates and their equivalents in polar coordinates.
It's vector graphic. It's just smooth as you see it. It's clear what the picture is all about.
My third topic is what's Photoshop. Photoshop is the predominant photo editing and manipulation software on the market. Its use range from the full-featured editing of the large batches of photos to creating intricate digital paintings and drawings that mimic those done by hand. My fourth topic is why we use Photoshop. Photoshop is a very professional image processing tool, but is also very complicated since most of people couldn't master Photoshop very well. There are many other image processing tools coming out. They could solve almost all their image problems and they are very easy to operate.
First picture is drawn by vector and second picture is drawn by bitmap. Vector's image is very smooth, but bitmap's image is very blurry. I think first picture is better than the second picture.